Like all this Diddy that's coming out. Like
I was just going to say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ. The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning, and I was like, I got to stop. I can't look at this.
What if everything you thought you knew about one of music's biggest moguls was a lie? What if the parties you saw on Instagram, the red carpets, and the award shows were hiding something far darker? Joe Rogan has been around Hollywood long enough to know how the industry works. But even he was caught off guard after seeing what went down in Diddy's trial. What he saw in that courtroom left him stunned, furious, and demanding answers. Because the truth, it's finally starting to come out. And Joe isn't letting it slide.
I mean, everybody hung with Diddy. That's the other tricky thing. Like, Diddy hung out with everybody. And I've spoken to a bunch of people who are like, yo, great dude, like, always there for you, never asked for a single thing.
Till 1 a.m.
And then freak off.
Everybody says, get out of the house.
Yeah.
It's like the gremlins start eating after midnight.
What's going to happen, though, you think?
Well, Diddy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. I think he's probably going to get.
Think he's in a saying though?
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. I mean, a lot of it is.
But then it's just another Epstein. It's another Ghislaine Maxwell, where somebody gets indicted and nobody else indicted for trafficking kids to
to no one. Well, it's just amazing how many people in the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend. and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
He was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
The thing is, like, we're getting the rumors from the internet, and the internet thinks that the Taliban took out that bridge in Baltimore. So it's like, who knows? Who knows what's real?
That's what Diddy's lawyers, I think, said. It was like that. These are just trumped up charges. Not trumped up. I don't think they said that, but like bullshit charges.
Dude, when Homeland Security invades your house,
you got problems
with dudes with fucking guns and body armor.
Like if she's gonna be warning people, why did she never warn anyone about Diddy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The whole thing is so strange to watch play out. It seems like the Diddy thing was like an Epstein-type compromise deal where whether he was doing it himself. Conceivably, people want to think that he's attached to some intelligence agency or something like that. I think he's a gangster who made $1 billion and knew how to control people by compromising them. That's what I think.
Inside a packed courtroom, a judge gave the signal. The lights dimmed, a screen lit up. What played next wasn't a movie. It was real footage, taken from inside one of Diddy's private events. The room fell silent. No music, no laughter, just the quiet hum of truth. Joe Rogan watched that same footage, and his reaction was instant. He wasn't just shocked, he was angry. "This isn't a party," Joe said on his podcast. "This looks like something out of a horror documentary. Everyone looks nervous. Everyone looks watched. Nobody looks like they're having fun." The footage, pulled from security cameras, showed people being brought into Diddy's mansion, stripped of their phones and guided like tourists, not freely mingling, not smiling for selfies, but walking in straight lines, following commands, staying close to the walls, like they were scared to stand out. For years, people made jokes about Diddy's secret parties, but this time, there were no jokes. This wasn't rumor. This was real, and it was recorded. Joe didn't just criticize Diddy, he turned his anger toward Hollywood. You mean to tell me nobody knew all these celebrities went to these parties and didn't say a word? Come on. He named names, big stars, famous singers, actors, models, people who partied with Diddy and smiled for the cameras. But now, total silence. Joe challenged them, where are they now? Why aren't they speaking up? They were happy to dance on the yacht, but when the truth comes out, they disappear. He wasn't done. He pointed at the way people treated Diddy like royalty. They let him build this image. Flashy, powerful, untouchable. But behind the curtain, it's just control. He wasn't hosting parties. He was running an operation. What the footage revealed wasn't a fun celebration. It was strict, tense, choreographed. According to court testimony, guests were told where to stand, when to clap, who to talk to. Some were even told they weren't allowed to leave until the next day. Joe compared it to a machine. It's like every move was planned out. This wasn't about fun. This was about power. One clip showed a guest trying to leave only to be stopped by staff. Another showed someone being told not to speak unless spoken to. These weren't rumors anymore. These were real stories told under oath, supported by video. Rogan's voice grew sharper. This is supposed to be music? Culture? This is fear. This is manipulation. Joe brought up the double standard, how people love to cancel celebrities for minor things, old tweets, awkward interviews, but stay silent when the problem is someone powerful. If this was anybody else, people would be outraged, but because it's Diddy, everyone's quiet. He mentioned how certain stars still support Diddy, post pictures with him, and even work with him. But when you watch that footage, Joe said, you don't see a music mogul. You see someone who used fame to control people. One of the most chilling parts, Joe described a moment in the video where everyone at the party was made to sign a non-disclosure form at the door. No questions, no exceptions, phones taken, eyes down. That's not privacy, that's pressure. Diddy's public image has always been flashy, cars, jets, champagne, red carpets, but Joe questioned what all that really meant. Is he rich because he's talented, or is he rich because he learned how to use people? Joe pointed out that Diddy didn't just build a career, he built an empire. But if that empire was built by intimidating others, then what does it really stand for? He described how Diddy gained loyalty by offering people fame, but only if they stayed silent. And once you were in, you couldn't get out without risking everything. He created a world where people were too scared to speak up, Joe said, but now they're finally starting to. Even after the footage came out, many celebrities stayed quiet. That silence said everything. Only a few companies responded. One fashion brand paused their collaboration. A streaming service removed Diddy's name from playlists. But overall, Hollywood was still pretending like nothing happened. Joe wasn't surprised. The entertainment world is built on illusion. They protect their own, even if it means ignoring the truth. He warned viewers not to trust the silence. Just because no one's talking doesn't mean it's not real. In fact, silence is often a sign that something terrible happened and they don't want you to know. Joe ended the podcast by turning to the next generation. If you're young, if you're chasing your dream, remember this: no opportunity is worth your dignity. No deal is worth your peace of mind. Don't let the fame blind you. He told artists, influencers, and creators to ask questions, to keep their circles tight, and most of all, to walk away if something feels wrong, no matter who's offering the opportunity. You don't owe these people anything, Joe said, especially not the ones who act like they own you. As the episode came to a close, Joe dropped a final warning. We keep telling ourselves these people are too big to fall, but all it takes is one courtroom, one camera, one person saying enough. He reminded viewers that the truth, no matter how buried, always comes to light. And once it does, you can't unsee it. This isn't about canceling Diddy, Joe said. This is about facing what's been hidden for too long. He announced that all ad revenue from the episode would go toward nonprofits that help young creatives, giving them access to lawyers, mental health support, and safe spaces to speak out. Joe's voice softened at the end. We can't change the past, but we can protect the future. And it starts by paying attention. If you've ever looked up to someone in the industry, if you've ever dreamed of making it big, don't let the image fool you. Behind the smiles and lights, there's a side of Hollywood they don't want you to see. And thanks to people like Joe Rogan, that side is finally being exposed.